So let's look at Module 5 Sandbox. Module 5 Sandbox is pretty straightforward, but I will walk you through it. And we're starting to get into some fun activities where you can use your creativity and your imagination a little bit. So this one, again, uses the turtle module. And I'll create a new file over here. Okay, doesn't like that name. There we go. All right, so I'll throw that one in there. And you start out with a copy and paste of this code. So we've got the turtle, we've set the speed, we've created a variable called int petals total, and we did something like this, right, with the sides and the shape, but now we know what all of this means. And we've got a while loop that says while int petals drawn is less than int petals total. Then we draw a circle, we turn right, whatever the angle is, and then we increment the int petals drawn by 1. And so the impact of this is nothing because I ran the wrong thing here. Let's run this one. There we go. So we'll draw 6 circles. And it vaguely looks like a little flower. Now, when I'm done with this, I can start playing around with it a little bit. For example, maybe I want to make the circle a little bit smaller. And maybe I want to change the color, my turtle.color, and I can say yellow. If you want a list of the colors, here's what you Google. I'm going to tell you the secret sauce right here. Turtle color trinket. Turtle color trinket, the first result is this page, which is really nice. You can use hex code, but you can also use named colors. And these are the color names right here. So if you click on them, it'll give you the hex code. It'll also give you the CSS name, RGB values, and the basic name. So you can just use the name in quotes like I did here. The other thing you can do is put begin fill. So my turtle dot begin fill. And you can do my turtle dot end fill. And what that means is we're going to start the fill, we're going to draw a circle, and then when we end the fill, it'll fill in whatever shape we've drawn. So if I do that and I run it, now I'm drawing a cute little yellow flower. So we can start playing around, and obviously the petals are just circles and that sort of thing. It's pretty basic. Now, if you go back to the sandbox and you take a look, this code here, this next block, is the same code as the one previous to it, except it has comments in there that will help you figure out exactly which thing is doing which thing. But wait, there's more. So once you play around with that a little bit, what I want you to do is take part of that code and replace it with something else. So we'll take that code and we will paste it in there. And then this is where the petals are being drawn, right? The circles. So inside that, we're going to replace it with some different code. So here we've got one that does a fill color, and this is a nice yellow color too, but it uses the hex code. You can use the color as well, or the color name. So you could try that, but I'm going to skip down. I'm going to let you play with that and mess around with things. But I'm going to now take this last code and I'm going to copy and paste it in. And what you'll see here is that this petal, oops, that's the center of the flower. That's the very last thing. The petal here is a different shape. And this will actually use parts of circles to create petals that are more like petal shaped. And then at the end, it'll draw a little dot in the center of the flower. So if I run this code, okay, so there's a 2-petal flower, which is more like an airplane propeller. If I come up here and change the petals to 8, then I get something a little bit more attractive. Okay, so there it's a drawing. Basically, this is made up of 4 partial circles. So it draws a little circle, then it draws a bigger circle, then another little circle, then a bigger circle. So that's how you can put those together and make that shape. And so you can do all kinds of things with this, but I want you to play around. You might even think about ways that you can have a loop inside a loop to make a more intricate petal shape, or you might want to change some of these values and see what they do. This is relatively well commented, but you kind of know what these initial variables do. Okay, so the dot size is the dot in the middle of the flower. So if you wanted to draw a bigger dot or smaller dot or whatever, you can change that. You can change the colors. So you can do all kinds of different things. But just play around and try it out. And when you're done playing around, you can post a screenshot for credit in